Skip, Friday night, this was on him. And the reason why I say it's on him, everybody knows I give him the lion's share of the credit when things go well for the Lakers. He's in the lineup. LeBron James is normally at the head of the table. In this situation, he's at the head of the table because he played awful on Friday night. That's not good enough. 10 of 25, 2 of 13, 8 of 11. I can live with the 8 of 11. Skip at the turnovers, the 7 turnovers. This is a game that LeBron James normally gets home. And we've talked about this early in the year when he was out, that if LeBron was there, LeBron would have got these games home. The 2 games that they lost, Skip, remember they had the big lead against OKC. They lost both of them. One was 26 points, one was 19. I said LeBron would have gotten this home. Well, he had an opportunity to get this home against the Kings, and he didn't get it home. I knew, Skip, we were in trouble because of the mere fact that on Friday night you had 4 guys have at least 20 points, and you're in triple overtime with the Kings. Skip, that's not a disparity, but nobody thinks the Kings are making the playoffs. You got 4 guys and 4 guys with 20 or more, and you're in triple overtime with the Kings. We're in trouble, and I say that even though we won last night. The big 3, Russ, LeBron, and AD, had 80-plus points, and you win by 3.
Last night.
Last night.
I couldn't believe it.
You win by 3.
If I just gave you the box score, you'd say, oh, blowout.
Yes. And LeBron shot, think about it. LeBron is 10 of 12 or 20 from the floor, 4 of 9 from 3. AD is 10 of 15 from the floor, 2 of 2 from 3. Russ is 10 of 16 from the floor, 1 of 3 from 3. So 33 points for LeBron, 24 for AD, 25 for Russ. And you win by 3 against the Pistons?
Yep. Who are now 4 and 16. Thank you very much.
Skip, we're in trouble.
Whew.
Because we can't defend. And one of the reasons why you can't defend because you're asking guys to defend that's never been asked to defend at any point in time. You ask Melo to defend. Melo has never been asked to defend. You ask Russ to defend. He's never been asked. Ellington, Monk, there are a lot of guys, and even the guys that have been asked to defend, Skip, they're older. Avery Bradley can't sit in that chair as much as the mere fact that Avery Bradley is starting on what you believe is a championship contending team after the Warriors placed him on waivers, you sign him a day or 2 later and he's starting, lets you know that, Skip, I think we're in trouble. Because I haven't seen the consistency to say, you know what? And AD, I heard AD said it again last night. We have the type of talent that can win 10, 15 games. Bro, can y'all win 2 games in a row before we get to 10 or 15? Put together 3. If y'all can give me 3 games in a row, I say, Skip, we on our way. But I haven't seen that. I see you win 1, you lose 2. You win 2, you lose 3. So I haven't seen the consistency that would make me say, Skip, they're turning the corner. I think we're in trouble. AD's played, Russ has played really, really well. LeBron is coming back outside of Friday night when LeBron did not play well. That is not good enough for LeBron James, who I believe is the best player in the ever play a game. But that wasn't good enough. That Friday performance, he had 2 chances to win it. He had 1 in regulation. He had 1 in OT. They got up. They just can't finish the game. Long story short, Skip, they don't play defense. They get out rebounding, they turn the ball over, and they can't close out games. They're the 4 things that you absolutely cannot do if you have desire to be a championship-winning team, and they do all 4 of them.
Does that mean you are completely done with your Lakers?
I ain't done with them, but I'm not seeing, Skip, you want me to have this illusion of grandeur when I haven't seen it. All I can just go back for what I've seen, and what I've seen, I don't see championship level. I just don't.
You sound like me talking about my Dallas Cowboys. I keep telling you, I don't see it, right?
Yes.
Okay, my turn. So let's go back to Friday night, shall we? Sacramento at home. It's the King versus the Kings. And I'm watching, and Ernestine's saying, can't we please watch something else because it's our date night? And I say, I just got to stay with it to the bitter end. And all of a sudden, with 10 minutes left in the game, your guys are up 13, and Russell Westbrook is just cutting up. He's having the grandest old time. He's yucking it up. He's laughing. He's playing around with his teammates. And I said, that game is over. And I said, you know what? Give me just a couple of minutes because I got to check out Gonzaga, who was playing at the same time. I said, let me just see what they look like. I just want to see how this is, why, because it was right at the end of the game. Okay, we'll watch Gonzaga for a minute. And then I keep looking at the computer, and I see it. Wait a second. Well, wait a second. The Kings are coming back on the King?
Yeah.
And then I said, I'm sorry, we got to watch the last 3 minutes of this. And we turn it over, and disasters start to happen. So the first point of order that I need to explain to you and to some of our blind witnesses watching the show right now is that We saw LeBron dancing on the Indianapolis Pacers a couple of nights before, right? That was his return from suspension, and he went crazy from three. He made 5 threes out of 12, right?
Yeah.
And in overtime, he was making them right and left and making fall-away jumpers, and he was going Sam Cassell. We're going to talk about his fine that he got for that in a few minutes here on the show. But if we could see what happened at the end of regulation on that night at Indy, and then at the end of regulation in the first overtime on Friday night at Staples, LeBron had 3 straight game-winning threes. Here's the one at Indy, and he pulled up. He could have driven that and shot the free throws, but he LeBricked that one. So there's one. Now, here's the end of regulation on Friday night. LeBron says, no, you don't got this. You're short. Could have driven it. Could have driven it and shot the free throws to win the game.
I thought this was it, Skip. I thought that was this.
And it's just a little short. Okay, so we've got 3 straight in 2 games, last second misses, and you keep telling me he's the GOAT, and that looked phony GOAT to me, those 3 misses, because that's 3 in a row in 2 games. It's hard to miss 3 game winners in 2 games, but he did. Right? And twice at the end of regulation, if he had just had the guts just to drive it and get fouled, all you have to do is make 1 out of 2 free throws and the game is over. But he doesn't want to do that, even though he's been a little better at the free throw line with his new routine that I like. It's a little more compact.
You see in the fourth quarter, he shoots 89% from that free throw line.
Okay, but how many of those count? How many of those are
crucial,
like game-saving free throws, game-winning free throws? No.
You think, you know what?
Well, I'm just asking, you always tell me you wore your GOAT mask on. What
you saw that? You remember that?
What was that? Thursday? Yeah, Thursday you wore your GOAT mask. And I'm just asking, did any of those 3 shots deserve a GOAT mask?
No, but you know what, Skip? Up until the final bell, he was started playing really well. He had inserted himself. He had taken over the game with the Kings. And I just knew, like you said, in the fourth quarter, I was like, it was like, as soon as I was like,
okay.
Come on.
What did I predict after that salvo at Indiana? I said, what happens? He always falls in love with the 3. He's a career 34.5% three-point shooter. And the next game is almost always a disaster. And what happened Friday night from 3? He shot 2 of 13. 2 of 13, so he goes 5 for 12 and then 2 of 13. And last night he was a little better. He made 4 of them, but would you believe he missed his last 3 to go 4 of 9, and his 3 misses helped the Detroit Pistons to creep back into that game, because once he fell in love again, it's like, I got this, and it's like, no.
I agree. Sometimes I believe that LeBron, even though, they're leaving him open, I believe he can get a better shot. I believe he can get closer. I believe he can drive the ball, and even if he doesn't go all the way to the rim, he can kick it to someone else. I believe sometimes there are better options. But, Skip, when I look at this offense, what is it? Is it LeBron, you go ahead and take 2 shots, AD, you got the next 2, Russ, you got the next 2? Is that the offense, Skip? Because I don't really know what it is. Now, I've seen sometimes where they hit AD at the post, somebody will cut to the basket, AD find them, they lay the ball up, or he'll take it, drive the ball, shoot the shot, pitch it off to DJ dunks it home. But I really don't know what the Lakers do.
This offense is degenerated into LeBron jacking up 3-point shots. So would you believe that over this last 3-game stretch, Indiana, Sacramento, Detroit, not all 3
not murderers row.
They're all.
It's definitely not the Warriors, the Nets.
No. So 3 straight teams over a 3-game stretch, LeBron has shot 34 3-point shots.
Damn.
Would you believe that's the most in any 3-game stretch of his career by 2?
Oh, yeah, I definitely believe that. I didn't know it was that many, but I definitely would have believed. I hope that's the most in his career.
Okay, and he's made 11 of those 34. So right here, right now, LeBron from 3 for this season is 34.4%.
That's about the career
That's
average.
exactly on his career. His career is 34.5%. So he's just a tick under his career average because he has reverted to the mean, as the statisticians say. He has become what he always was. He is a below-average 3-point shooter.
But we're going to end the season at least 37%.
Are you really? Because
yes.
Would you believe that you are now attempting per game 8.5 a game? Last year, you had your career high, as you did the year before, which was only 6.3 attempts. So now you're shooting more than 2 a game more, which is a whole lot more over time.
Yeah.
So all he's doing now is jacking up threes at an alarmingly high rate and not making them any more than he's ever made them in his career.
That's going to change.
Is it?
Yep. We're going to get that get back. We're going to get that get back tomorrow night on Sacramento.
It's at Sacramento.
Yeah, we're going to get that get back.
Are you really?
Yes,
Because
we are. Can I get a case?
it was ironic that, we'll see about that tomorrow. It was ironic that the guy who kept making the clutch shots on Friday night in the 3 overtime was the guy you wanted. It was Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield was out kinging the king at the King's house.
He hit one from about 35 feet out at the top of the key straight on, and then he hit a step back on LeBron from about 14 to 16.
Okay.
And then I watched them last night, and they lay an egg to Memphis. De'Aaron Fox, like he played like he ain't never seen a basketball.
Well,
Marvin Bagley looked terrible. Buddy Hield couldn't throw it in the ocean.
They were spent from their 3 overtime victory over the Lakers,
you
right?
like that. You was loving every second of that.
I loved every second.
I know you did.
It was stunning because they kept taking a lead and then blowing the lead.
I just skipped that first overtime. We jumped out to that lead. LeBron had 6 quick. I was like, oh, yeah, we got these boys.
Yep.
Got them.
And here they come. Would you believe that the Lakers have blown more 10-plus point leads than any team in basketball
yes, I can
so
believe
far?
It. I can believe
God.
it. I can
Would you believe that last night, late in the third quarter, they're up 19, 8 minutes and 14 seconds left in the game. They're up 17, and it got all the way down to 3?
Yes.
Actually, it got down to 2 at the very end.
I can believe it. Because we don't close. Let's say we, the Lakers. I root for the Lakers. The Lakers cannot close. When you turn the ball over, Skip, when you don't rebound the basketball, they just refuse to guard the 3. I look at Stu's comment every time he says, okay, what are the keys to the game?
Yep.
Guard the 3, rebound, points in the paint.
Yep.
We lose all the time. Skip, how do we lose? Skip, how would DeAndre Jordan, AD, LeBron, and Russ, you lose every rebounding battle every single game? How? Russ damn near averaging a triple-double because he gets 10 rebounds a game. AD.
They got out-rebounded by the Pistons last night, 53-42. You like that?
No!
The Pistons are 4-16.
And the Pistons are, Skip, they ain't got no 6'10". No. Jeremy Grant might be the tallest guy. How tall is Isaiah Stewart?
6'9", 10.
Yeah. They got a bunch of 6'9" guys.
They do.
I mean, you can't get out rebounded every game.
Yep, you cannot. Which brings me to an anonymous quote I saw from a rival assistant coach in the Los Angeles Times that said of the Lakers, they're old and they can't stay in front of anyone.
They cannot.
A year ago, they were number 1 in defensive efficiency in the league. They have plummeted to 16th overall in defense. And would you believe your man, the king, LeBron James, the quote-unquote best player on the planet, the quote-unquote GOAT, has dropped to 275th in defensive efficiency, his overall individual rating.
Yeah.
275th? What has happened? They don't guard anybody.
They don't.
They don't guard the three-point line at all. You can get threes like crazy. You just have to make them.
Yeah, here's the thing, though, Skip. The reason why they can't guard the three-point line is because nobody can stay in front of anyone.
Yep.
So now you got to come help, and guess what? Drive and kick. And guys are wide open. I watched Russ guy get 3 consecutive layups. And Russ don't know where his guy is. He looking around, and the guy back door, whoop. He looking around, the guy goes up and on the other side. I watched 3 consecutive plays in which Russ gives up layups. Because they can't defend, Skip. You can't win a championship if you can't defend and you can't rebound. 2 things that'll win you a championship is rebounding and defending.
Correct.
Because there are going to be nights that you're not going to be able to put the ball in the basket every night.
So who has saved him regularly, repeatedly at Staples in the last month, 6 weeks? It has been... Carmelo Anthony. Welcome back, Carmelo. Last night he was 0 for 4 from 3. Who's been a little bit of a revelation early on? Malik Monk. He was 0 for 3 from 3. Interesting.
But he's closing games for him now. He's in the closing lineup.
And then every once in a while we have Avery Bradley Memorial 3-point games. Remember one against the Clippers a couple of years ago? Last night, Avery 0 for 4. So if you don't get those 3 guys draining threes, you have problems. Because the other guys are stat machines. LeBron, Westbrook, obviously, even AD. They're stat machines, but they're not winning machines right now because the team is 11-11.
Right. I mean, our bench got killed last night. I mean, I think the Pistons had, 30, 40, 42 points, and the Lakers had 19 bench points.
Wow. Can't believe it. Shannon Sharpe is giving up.
I didn't. That's Skip. That's what I had to see. There you go. That's not
You
what
said
I
you're
said.
in trouble.
Yeah, we are. That don't mean I gave up.
Okay. Maverick, did you hear this? Rich Paul, did you hear this?
I think deep down inside, they're probably huddling around the table like we in trouble.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
we got a problem. Yeah, they know.
Meetings.
They watching the same games we're watching. Trust
And
me.
LeBron's still grabbing his tummy like, oh, I pulled my ab muscle.
Hey, we gonna go as long as we can. We gonna go till the wheels fall off.
Thank you for watching. You can subscribe here to get the latest from the show, and be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few other segments from our other shows on FS1.